I watch a new film every other day. Follow along for recommendations and reviews. Today, I watched the movie Son of the Soil that is now streaming on Netflix. This movie actually opened in cinemas in November, and I'm surprised that it's actually come on Netflix so quickly. The first thing I want to talk about this film and what I really, really commend is the filmmaking. Like, this film is doing this very, like, guerrilla style filmmaking, very, like, grab and go handheld shaky camera kind of footage. Even in the stylistic choices, it's a lot of like very snap zooms, a lot of Dutch tilts, a lot of like decisions are being made here that I don't even have a comparative title in Hollywood that I have seen. It's very singular in what it's trying to do and what it achieved here. And I really, really want to commend them for that because this type of like very gritty, like it really puts you in the like in the setting, in the POV of the protagonist, like in just the world of this place in a very like gritty run and go way. The issue though with this kind of filmmaking and what I noticed on my own self watching it was I kept on going, why am I so tired? This film is only 1 hour 45 minutes, but I kept on noticing that like I was getting tired fast. And when I sat down and I analyzed it from my own self, this is my theory. Because of that kind of like filmmaking style, it is so much on the eyes and on the nervous system, I guess, that you self sometimes might feel tired. So if you felt tired watching, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's just the way the film is shot. So it can be so like your body is like rest, relax. Because when I tell you like 4 times I had to like almost like pause or kind of like maybe start feeling myself dozing off, but I was not bored. So but I was like, why am I tired? The other thing too is that this film was using that this kind of stylistic choice almost too much to me because I feel like when you're doing something, for example, something like a quick zoom into something, it emphasizes something. That's what the point of that quick zoom usually is for. But when you're doing a quick zoom and there's nothing you're emphasizing, it's like, why are you doing this? I feel like this movie was putting its stylistic choices everywhere in the loud moments, in the quiet moments, in the fast moments, in the slow moments. I wish that they had used the technique and this kind of like filmmaking style, not in every single way, because when you do too much of a good thing, it starts becoming like I know they really. But when you use it well in the places that it needs to be used, and then allow the quiet moments to be quiet, I feel like it could have been more effective. Also, on the story level, this film was doing things where when characters are just doing something that this is just for the plot. That kind of happens sometimes, but I will talk more about that one in the spoiler section. Overall, though, I would say that this is definitely a film that you should check out just for something different. In the Video Game Film Club, we've been watching a lot of things and I don't think I've watched something quite in this filmmaking style. So I think if you just want to see something different in that way, you should definitely check out this film. And also just from the level of like efforts and like time and energy and like what they put into this, you should definitely check it out. So this is streaming on Netflix. Check it out. And if you have watched it and you're ready to come and talk about it now with spoilers, then spoilers ahead. Let us go. Okay, now we're in the spoiler section. Please note that if you're going to write a comment that has spoilers, try and put in brackets like spoiler alert before you write the comment so that we don't spoil for people that have not yet watched it. All right. This film, I want to talk about the first thing that annoyed me, which is the plot armor. Shaka, that is Taye Arimoro's character. That boy had like ample opportunities to take out Zion's character. That first scene where he's hitting him with the bat and then he leaves him there for dead. You already know that this is a boy that's coming back for revenge. This is your prime opportunity to just like kill him, and you don't. You now say let us just set him up. I was like, why? That doesn't make any sense for the character of Shaka from who we see. And you just go, the writer is really protecting this Zion character. The next time I say this is when Jagun and Zion go to Shaka's place, like Shaka's Zanga, and Jagun now starts giving this long monologue, shalaye, 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 and next thing they shoot Jagun, and the next thing, Jagun people start running away with Zion and all of them. I was like, why won't Shaka kill Zion in this moment? Because his men are here, they have them really surrounded. He could easily have killed him. He doesn't kill him there, but then notice that like when Zion came, he came with a lot of boys, and one boy came for this. But then when Zion now finally takes hold of Shaka, he goes by himself. It's just him in the club, and all Shaka's boys not taking them out suddenly. And when Zion now gets a hold of Shaka, all that wasting of time that the villains seem to be doing, Zion did not waste any bit of time. Zion did Shaka's elimination one time, like that, Shaka was gone. And I was like, this is one of those things where you can just tell that the writer knows when the actual villain is going to go. We just kind of have to bide our time so that the film, I guess, can be long. Because it was protecting the protagonist too much. And this, again, is reflected even in the ending. That place with Dr. Baptiste, in which world? Like, tell me what was the reason? What is the actual reason why Dr. Baptiste will now say, I want to do boxing right now? This is the man you've been looking for that has been taking out your whole crew, that he's lethal. And you're telling me that now that you have him in your sight, you have him, gone to him. You now say, what's going to be the fun in that? Let us box. give me a break. Give me a break. It was such a plot armor thing and it pissed me off. Because when again it's now Zion's time and Zion has Dr. Baptist cornered, one time the gun shoots, boom, end of story. I was like, it's I just wish that there was a better way of doing it so that the protagonists win didn't feel so like the writer just making win, because that's how I felt watching it. The other thing that I want to talk about is the relationship between Zion and the small girl Remy. That relationship was so forced to me that I was like, where did she come from? Like, because at the beginning when she just suddenly has this affinity for Zion, I'm like, why? When she comes to the hospital and she's not like, okay, I saw you in this picture of you in the army, I was like, okay, maybe she has seen him in this thing, so that one makes sense. But prior to that, where she's like selling him the stuff, she goes and picks the gun and she's trying to defend him. I'm like, what is this first kindred you people have now suddenly just gotten? Like, I wish that was better developed or answered in my mind, because it just felt very, very forced to me. In some other like things that were just the boat scene, right? Tell me why Zion tells this boatman, like, please follow that boat. Now he's following the boat and they shootout ensues. Wouldn't the boat driver be like, hey, this is not what I signed up for, let me start driving back to shore? No, no, no. The boat driver is still pursuing the shooter that is shooting at him, at his boat. And the Zion is not like, faster, faster, go. I'm like, why would the boat driver be in on this? Like, why? Like, really, why? Another thing that this is kind of random is that Patience Ozokwor, I've never seen her in a role like this, because I don't know, maybe because in my mind Patience Ozokwor almost feels sacred. That when that Dr. Baptiste is cursing in front of Patience Ozokwor, like, I know obviously she's playing a character, but when he's like using F bombs and stuff in front of Patience, I was like, this is Dame Patience. This is a mama Patience. Don't you using expletives in front of Patience Ozokwor? And then next day when he like punches, I said, eh? Hitting like boo, boo, boo on our Patience. I had to keep being like, this is Patience Ozokwor playing this character. Like, it was taking me out for a little bit, but I was like, well, I guess she's still an actress. But it was just taking me out mentally. I was like, I've never seen Patience Ozokwor act a film like this where she's getting brutalized and sworn at. Like, I've never seen it actually that I can remember. Ultimately, I guess the film does, and like at the end of the film, every single character goes through a character arc. At the end, like all the villains, they get their comeuppance, and at the end, the story of revenge. On the path of revenge, Dick Two Graves. We see that here. That this journey of revenge ended up being very bloody. He got the vengeance for his sister. I really, really think that my best part of this and what I commend the most of this film for is the shooting style and how they really like did something very unique and like daring with this film. That's like, I would say, my biggest thing that gives me so much like props for this film. To do this, to actually do this, and to have done the way that they did it, it's time consuming, energy consuming. Like, this takes a lot to do. So I have to really, really, really give them their dues for doing what they did. If you have watched this film, I'm very, very curious to know what you think about it. So please let me know in the comment section. Also, if you have watched this whole video and you have no idea who I am, my name is VDK. I'm the curator of the VDK Film Club, where every other day we watch something new and we just about it like we've done today. Follow along, join us. All right. Until the next film that I watch and the next video that I make, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.